Welcome to the Reiki 888 Mastery Initiation course. What do you become when you receive the Reiki 888 initiation? You become a citizen of the new earth, and you are connected to the new network, a disconnection from the old and a connection to the new one. What does this mean? Old matrix, new matrix. The old matrix was based on linear time, on polarity and duality. Now we have entered the vortex time, spiral time. And what does this mean for us? We become whole, unified with the divine. We were never truly separated. We were living in the illusion of separation. By receiving the Reiki 888 initiation, these illusions began to clear. I have received many questions about whether someone who has already received Usui Reiki needs this, what's the difference, and what is actually happening here. Well, Reiki 888 is an upgraded of Usui traditional Reiki system modality. We will also mention Master Usui and how the codes and symbols were received through him. His students, as he was both a priest and a tender and a Buddhist, asked him how Master Jesus healed with his hands, with his look. He didn't have any complete answer that he could pass on to his student the way how he wished. So he decided to travel to America and he researched, but the full answer he was seeking was not there. Then he said that he would simplify to what Christ did or something similar. And that is when he retreated to Mountain Kuruyama, surrounded by rocks and crystals, which are living elements. A shift in consciousness occurred. He entered a state of consciousness, a deep trance, and through the state he received symbols and keys. This is how he brought the system back and transmitted it. Once he returned to civilization, it took a time for the school to establish and for this teaching to be applied in a structured way of modality. But he did have answers finally. There is a well-known story of one of his colleagues, another monk, who suddenly became seriously ill. He was struck by a body pain in the leg. Master Usui went to help him immediately on the spot. He was applying a Reiki only through head. The patient immediately felt relief, and this is the moment when people began to respect him and understand what he had actually discovered and received. Through his work, he established 3 levels of training: Shoden, Okuden, and Shinpiden. Shoden is the level where a person begins aware of energy exists, learns to channel energy through hands, and begin to help those around them. Okuden is higher level where a person becomes more consciousness of themselves, their awakening and illusions. They begin to work with higher guidance, becoming aware of their own cosmic alignment and inner spiritual path. Shimpiden is the highest level where a person realizes that their divine is not separate from them. And then they enter into the unity consciousness. From this state, they are ready to serve, to support, and expand the awakening of consciousness to others. So Reiki 888 It's an expansion of this third level with the Usui system, where practitioners were traditionally recognized as masters and teachers. In this system, you receive 5 Usui Reiki symbols plus 2 new ones. These energies are extremely powerful, yet at the same time very gentle. I personally received my Usui basic initiation as well as a master and teacher level, later Reiki 888. My first initiation was 2008, and my Reiki initiation to 888 was in 2023. And in 2024, I was applied for a teacher, for a practitioner who can pass it on initiation to others. In the Reiki 888, this is not the case. In the same way, the integration is smoother and more aligned with the current frequency of consciousness. So before, when you receive initiation, it was like deep clearing, and the person has to stay at home with a high temperature, fever, and some individual steps. And with the 888, it's tender, gentle, but extremely strong and powerful. The initiation can be received either in a group or individually. Both options are I offer, depending what resonates with the person and with my schedule at the time. Each path is chosen in alignment what is appropriate for the individual journey. You receive access to the complete online course, protocols, PDF material, symbols, both the traditional Usui symbols and 2 new ones, and you are prepared to bring yourself into a new level of being as well as to support others in their process. Because the system is very different from the old paradigm. In the past, it was like working with cables, wiring, and complex installation. In Reiki 888, you become a living transmitter of energy, a channel through which energy flows continually 24/7. There is no longer a need to consciously draw on the symbols every time. The system operates continuously and naturally in the background. You also develop the ability to send healing energy instantly when you perceive imbalance, whether through media, collective events, or situation of lower vibrations. The response becomes natural, immediately, and intuitive. Full access to the course is lifelong. It's not limited or removal after a certain period. If you ever need to revisit any information, it remains available to you. The training also includes demonstration on how to perform Reiki treatments for other person through touch, at a distance, in a group, for individuals, as well for the babies, animals, or plants. Reiki 888 is a form of energetic nourishment, a living presence that supports you in the time of awakening and planetary transition, which we are experiencing now together. You're welcome.